Kia ora koutou. And I was just wondering if you've ever hung around with some scholars in the Christian world and if you have heard them ever refer to the Septuagint and gone, what the heck is that? So, in this video, we're going to have a look at what it is and why it is relevant. So, the Septuagint is a translation of the Hebrew Bible. It's from Hebrew to Greek that this particular translation is doing. The name, the Septuagint, comes from the Latin word for 70. And tradition indicates that 70 Jewish scholars were the translators behind the Greek Old Testament. The Septuagint was believed to have been translated in the 3rd and 2nd century BC in Alexandria in Egypt. Why is this particular timing relevant? By the 2nd and 1st centuries BC, most people in Israel spoke Greek as their first language, due primarily to the fact that Israel was under Greek authority during this time. The Greek authorities liked the areas that they ruled to speak Greek as their primary language, and so therefore it became more commonly used in those areas. Now, here is a map just showing you the greatest extent of the ancient Greek Empire. So this is sort of the time that we're talking about that Greek became the primary language of Israel. And therefore, the translation from the Hebrew to Greek was made so that the Jews who lived in Israel could actually have the scriptures in a language that they could understand. The Septuagint represents the first major translation of a significant religious text from one language to another. So the translators of the Old Testament from Hebrew to Greek strove to be as accurate as possible in their translation, although there are some slight differences that have arisen due to this translation. However, the apostles and the New Testament authors do actually feel comfortable using the Greek translation of the Old Testament when referencing Old Testament passages. So, therefore, we can be assured that the Greek translation of the Hebrew Old Testament is actually still the authoritative word of God. And this could be paralleled to how we accept our translations of the Bible into our languages, be that English or German or Arabic or some other type of language. And we believe that these translations are reliable representations of the authoritative word of God. So that is a little bit about how the Septuagint came about and why we should feel comfortable in the fact that it is the authoritative word of God. That's all from me on the Septuagint. Ka kite.